Hello again, friends! Today I'll teach you my favorite shortcut for building formwork with no tools. All I use is this right angle and tape. No screws, no drills, we keep it simple. So you'll see that I just start by making a mark on my melamine of where I want my ends to be, and I add the tape to the side pieces and use this triangle to just push it down into the corners and get a nice right angle seal with my tape. Now once you've got the ends of your formwork taped to the board, we're going to add our slabs to the formwork. I've already added marks on my melamine to show me where to place the wood. A very important step is this silicone barrier underneath your slab. It stops the resin from leaking out and really prevents a lot of work on the back end. Not to mention it keeps the resin away from the other sides of the formwork. I like to use the red tuck tape around the edges of my formwork so I can see exactly where I'm taping, but I use the cheaper clear packing tape on the bottom. Double check our measurements to make sure they're in the right position before pushing down our slab to really create that barrier between the wood and the melamine board. Okay, now it's time to move on to the sides. I take my red tuck tape and I kind of just add it to that top edge of the slab and use my right angle to just push it down into place, creating a nice right angle seal with the tape. If you don't get a perfect right angle and you want to make it a little bit tighter against your slab, just pull it up and re-squish it. Here I'm just going to do the same thing. Start at the top, use my right angle to push it down and get that nice right angle seal. Then the corners. Again, this angle, you guys. Tell me a better tool. I'll wait. It's perfect to just push the tape down into the corners and get a nice right angle seal so there are no gaps or places for resin to accumulate. Flip it around, do the other side. See, start at the top, don't let the tape touch anywhere, and use the right angle to just push it down into place. That's really the trick, not letting the tape touch anywhere until you're ready to place it. If the tape is touching somewhere that it shouldn't be, it only makes it harder to get that right angle bond. At this point, I'm going to add some silicone around the edges of my slab just to make sure I don't have any leaking resin. It's really just a waste of resin at that point, and I don't want to test my formwork, even though I know it works. I use my scissors with a napkin around the end to get those little corners and those hard to reach spots of silicone. And that's it. Your formwork here is done. No screws, no drills, no flipping your melamine formwork around upside down again. That's it. It's so simple. And as long as you've got a great silicone bond around the bottom and the sides, you are good to go. Now this is really a bonus step, but still one I like to take most of the time. I've made these little clamp blocks of just some squared up melamine wrapped in tuck tape so that if I do have any resin that creeps up and over the edge, it's not sticking to anything I've used to hold the slabs down. And then I just use these strips of melamine to clamp it down and hold everything in place. Again, this is an extra step, but one that I like to take. And that's it. We're ready to pour. The trick, again, is to make sure you have a perfect taped seal all the way around. That's why I like to use the red tuck tape, as well as a nice silicone bond underneath and around the ends. I did many more layers after this, and here's a quick glimpse at my terrazzo-inspired pour. If you liked what you saw, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and comment below. It really does some fancy footwork in the algorithm and helps push my content to other people. If you didn't like it, just don't worry about that part. Just go.